All right, everyone, let's go ahead and level up our cleric to we're level 7. I'm going to do it this way so you can see quickly how I'm going to be choosing these spell points, ability points, skills points, enhancement points, all of that stuff. All right, so we're going to do spellcaster. Well, we need to pay attention. We can multi-class real easy if we're not careful. So we are going to choose the path of the cleric. We want to make sure we take concentration. It's very important. Balance is important, and then use magic device. It's going to be equally important. As you get up in higher levels, you get some really good wands that can really boast your healing capabilities, um, especially in group settings, so you can manage your mana easily. That's really going to be the key is um, managing your mana. All right, so we have a class feat here. Have to select which one we think is going to be the most beneficial for us. So this one's attuned to water spirits, and its benefit is higher of turn undead ability. So if we were focused on turning undead, we'd probably want this one. All right, so melee and ranged weapons are increased at by 1 at level 4, and then it doubles after that, to level 8 2, and then 3 to 12, and 4 to 16th, and 5 to 20. When using your turn undead, you and your party gain bonuses to melee and range attacks, power equal to half of your cleric's level, for 20 seconds. That's actually not too bad. So all you can really do is, depending what you're really choosing to do. I'm not sure if you chose to do melee weapons or if you're going with a specific build or not. Uh, I am going to probably choose. I want to make sure I read them all. That way I don't make a mistake. You want to do the same thing. You want to make sure that you check them all out, and take your time when you're doing your character build. As you can see, there is a ton to choose from. Yes. Domain of knowledge. That's actually pretty good bonuses every time. So, ooh, necromancy. Oh, that's cool. You can use uh cleric spells while raging. Yeah, so there is a ton of stuff now to choose from. These skills weren't available earlier on. This is somewhat more recent, probably within the last year or so. So when using turn undead ability, you and your party gain a random bonus to spell, melee range, power, physical resistance for 20 seconds. That's interesting. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one. Yeah. All right. Finish that. And we are gonna do spellcaster, cleric once again, and I'm gonna go ahead and put 3 points in the same 3 spots. And we are going now pick a feat. I'm not gonna plan on using any fancy weapons because this is a battle cleric. I'm going to go for toughness. Spellcaster, cleric, and now we get to look at our points. I am going to buff up wisdom. And same points there. Yes. Back to spellcaster, back to cleric. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pump in 3 points into this. My goal is to try to get heal at least at 10, concentration at 10 or higher, and balance, I want it at least at 5 or higher, and use magic device as high as I can get, up to 20, or higher is whatever I can get. All right. And then here we go for the domain tier. Throw a bolt Black Death for 5 to 8 points of neurotic damage for every cleric level. All right, cool. All right, I get all of these spells for free. I just I'll have to choose them in my spell book, which I'll do that right after this. All right, spellcaster, cleric. All right, so we got what we need there. Okay. Let's see here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can get more toughness if I need to, but I'm not going to do it this time. So, paladin, favorite soul, class cleric. So if I chose that, it'd give me +2 attack damage with longsword. So that means should become proficient with long swords. That might be an option. Devoted follower in the host, you've been faithfully rewarded. Blah, blah, blah. That penalty affects negative levels and the condition of blinded days. Oh, that's a good one. I'll have to choose that. And you know what? What the heck? We will go ahead and get that one. We might have a little fun with this now, won't we? And that's the thing, you build your character so you can have fun with it, You don't have to do it just because of the way I'm doing it. I'm just kind of showing you if you want a successful character to start, to have a little fun, to get your feet wet, and be successful. You can assign your points this way, and you'll be successful. That's bottom line. You won't regret making the character. But as you learn more about the game and your fighting style, your play style within DDO, um, you're going to want to experiment. You may want to cross class or multi class or dual class, whatever you want to do. You may want to try a different build for a character. And again, if you guys are looking for the ultimate, I may make it anyway, but the ultimate cleric build, please let me know in the comments. I really would appreciate that. And I'll go ahead and I'll actually create a new character for cleric and set them up for turning undead. And then we'll go turn some undead. You know what I'm saying? We'll go do it. I'll show you how good that can be. But you will be sacrificing some things. You're going to be sacrificing some strength. You're going to be sacrificing a little bit of dexterity, possibly, and constitution to make that happen. So it's going to be a support role type build. It's going to be healing and turn undead. It isn't really going to focus that much on uh, melee damage. So you're going to you should have a group or at least another person that you're going to group up with, but it will be a support role type character. All right, now we're going to spend our action points to get the enhancement points, and then we'll go to our spell book. Now, again, whatever makes sense to you. So this Harper agent, I don't have that unlocked, so I'm not going to worry about anything in this aspect. These are the highlighted ones that I have access to, and you being a new player, it's going to be the same for you. So, and I really like Dungeons and Dragons Online. Uh, I don't have to keep paying for a subscription. I can pretty much make all the characters I want so long as I have the character slot open. Um, delete the experiments that didn't work out, but you want to collect the gear first. So there's a lot of interesting things to it. So, oh, so this is adding a new spell to my spell book. So this would be good if you want more spells in your spell book. This would be the path to take. So if you want a little bit more healing power, this would be the path you'd probably want to take, or if you're going to PvP at all, because that'd be kind of cool in PvP. All right, so you can use a cleric that is ranged as well if you chose that aspect. But because we're doing a battle cleric build, this is going to be the direction we really want to go. And then of course we've got our human, you know, aspect. We can boost up our ability scores by going into the human tree, and then some of our toughness stuff here with this character. So we're going to do this, and we're going to choose melee. All right. So I'm more of a person that believes in passives. Unless if you're going to do detect secret doors as an active. So we are going to do that. Yeah, so that's going to be good. My favorite weapon is going to be the long sword. And then damage reduction, 5. Nice. So this is actually going to work out really well for us. When you heal allies with positive energy damage spells, they gain +1 armor class. That's cool. All right. So physical resistance rating, we'll take some of that up. Sanctuary, activate 20 seconds, you gain 20 plus 20 sacred bonus to physical resistance. That could come in handy. And then I've got this passive, this is where I'm going. I get a little bit more bonus. See, this one requires a level 12. So me putting more points into this tree probably at this time, after I get done with these last selections, may not be prudent. So we are going to go ahead. I can do charisma, strength, or wisdom. I'll do strength. And then the 10% chance they will be knocked down. So when an enemy damages you with a spell, there's 10% chance that they will knock down. That's kind of cool. So I'm gonna pump that up. How many points I got? I got 6 action points left. So for me to get to this one, yep. So we are going. So I am going to probably pick the defense boost. Ability score of my choice. We're going to do wisdom. I'm not sure if I can have enough points to get to that one. So ability score of my choice. I'm gonna do wisdom again. And then I got 1 action point left. Instead of throwing it another in wisdom, I'm going to throw this one in strength. And then we will accept that, right? You want to just double check, make sure that's what you want. Accept. Now, this is where we're at. I've got an 18 wisdom, 14 constitution, and 17 strength with a 10 charisma. I'm not worried about charisma because I'm not really going to pick things that's going to go off of charisma. Now let's go through our hotbar real quick. And again, I always like to stage my hotbar when I'm doing these skills. And you just want to take your time when you're making your character. There's no need to be in a rush with this. This is going to be my primary bar. It's my hotbar. I'm going to flip these over as usual and slide them to the side. I've just gotten so used to doing this. This is what makes me happy. This is what makes sense now. As you get higher level, I have a few characters that are level 20-ish and higher. I have a 22 paladin, but we will throw these to where they make sense. My high cost spells, other than the healing ones I'll put on my hot bars, but my high cost spells, higher level ones, I want to pick down here because I don't want to accidentally engage them, especially if I'm in the middle of trying to manage and I have low spell points. So I want to be careful of that. So again, we'll pick passives off. The only time you're going to click that really is if you're playing with someone and you have somebody down. I don't really put that on my hotbar. All right, search, repair, all that stuff I don't worry about. Beats, undo passives. All right, so we've got sneak. I'm going to put that just in case I need to charm something. All right, so we're gonna put that there. Nice little feed ability. All right, we already get that. Defensive fighting. We'll go ahead and throw under that. All right, so your devoted power of the host. Your faith has been rewarded. Activate this ability. Heal a hit point damage done to target ally. Remove ability damage, death penalty, effect, negative levels, and the conditions blinded, confused, dazed, dazzled, defend, disease, exhausted, fatigued, feeble-minded. So this is really good. That's going to that right there is going to be pretty awesome to have. I'm gonna put that right here. And it resets 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes I can cast it. So if you're fighting a bunch of beholders and they mess you up when the fight's done, it's going to be good to be able to hit that because it's going to cure you of everything. So now we're going to do sunder and then trip. And as you can see, this bar is highlighted over the other ones. So that's good. So that means if I press my number 7 key, pops that up. None of the other number 7s do that. So that's my hotkey. Now, what I've noticed is from time to time, the game it switches. I don't know what the deal is, but one moment that's going to be my hotbar, and then I log out, log back in, and the hotbar is changed to something else. So I don't know what its deal is. Not sure if they've got that on the table to fix or not. But in any event, all right, we're gonna hit enhancements real quick. Should be small to do, and then smite foe, which I'll put here. Sanctuary, right, which is a defensive thing, I will put right next to that. And then human versatility, defense boost, another defense, I'll put next to that. So those are organized. Now spells. These are the total amount of spells for first, second, third level, and fourth level I can have. These are the spells I have, clicking these tabs, and I will go down and choose the ones that pretty much make sense. Now, at level 4, definitely I've got to have Cure Critical Wounds. That's a must. But I'm going to have Monster Summoning. So because I'm going to use Monster Summoning for level 4, you can only have one summoned creature out at a time. So I am not going to do any of the other monster summonings. So that's why I wanted to do that one first. I'm going to take the best one, and I will load up other spells like bless. Now these are going to be my buff spells down here. Divine favor. Oops. I got to load it into that bar and then down in here. Let's see. Shield of Faith. Yep, I'll do Night Shield. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my buffs on over here. I'm going to put that over there. So I'm going to try to make my buffs a whole lot easier to hit when I'm buffing before I go into a dungeon. All right, and I will take command. And command is going to be an action. So yeah, this one here, I'm going to put on. There we go. That's going to be a little better. All right, now second level. We are going to, we can do in the beginning, you can do bull strength, bear's endurance, but one thing you want to remember in Eagle's Splendor, they buff up your ability points, up to like +4. So if you have any items on you, uh, like troll gauntlets, troll strength gauntlets of troll strength or bear strength, whatever, what's going to happen is they won't stack. So if you have a +4 item that gives you +4 strength, when you cast bull strength, it isn't going to change your score at all because you already got the +4 bonus. They won't stack. So I tend not to choose those. Only choose them like in this situation where my character doesn't have anything, and then it will become a benefit to this character to have. And again, I'll put back over here with the with that. And I like the bull strength logo because it kind of separates the defensive buffs to that's more like an offensive buff because it's strength that I'll be buffing. And then bear's endurance. Those are going to be key. I'm not going to worry about Eagle Splendor, lesser restoration. That would be a good one, but I do have this little guy which does everything once every 10 minutes. But if I'm fighting a bunch of beholders and stuff, it might be prudent to have that in there. I will do energy resistance. And I will go ahead, I'll move that down to there. Sound burst is something I will use. It will daze monsters. And let's see, what's another good one? Find traps could be a good one. It doesn't seem like you would use it often, but you never know. Prevents you from dying. All right, close wounds. Positive energy are quickly channeled to heal light wounds of your target or damage undead for 2 to 4 points. Plus, so that's like a little extra tiny heal spell, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Aid is also another good one. So once I get these items and I don't need, bull strength or bear's endurance, um, I will trade out bull strength for aid, and I may go ahead and trade, bear's endurance out for hold person, or lesser restoration, whichever one I think is more important. That's kind of it's kind of the goal. That's what my choice will be. All right. So additionally, I need to make sure I bring my heal spell down. Don't want to forget that. Now, because I didn't choose aid. I could choose it. I could choose mass aid, which if I have a pet or a hireling out or I'm with a group, it will put that on all of us if we're within our little circle. All right. We have to be within range of our little circle, which is a small circle. So whenever you get into a group of people and you're at the beginning part of the dungeon, just don't go off and start taking off and running. Stay at the group, stay with the group, stay close to each other, and just put all the mass buffs on that you can for the group, and then they'll do the same for you. And whichever is the best out of all of it will override. If you're with a bard, give the bard some time to buff. It takes about 30 seconds to a minute, at higher levels to put all the buffs on. um, especially with the bard, because they have a ton of buffs because they're a strong support character. All right, so we're gonna definitely put that down to there. I don't use glyphs of warding. I'll use prayer. Prayer's a good one. I'll put prayer down here. Oh, again, I did it again. Getting excited now. All right, protection from energy is also a great one. And we are going to put, let's see, did I put my resistance? Let me see, yeah. Ah, so energy resistance. I didn't pick that. So I'm going to excommunicate that. I will pick resistance and I will bring resistance uh, right here. So I don't know what I did that for, but there we go. Just about, that's what I did. I brought it down for instead of putting it in my. All right. So you got to make sure you load these slots first, guys. Perfect example. Even an expert um, get, gets a little ahead of yourself because it does take a while. You can get impatient. Just remember, just take your time with it. You want to make sure you don't miss anything because I'd hate to be ready to go and then all of a sudden I got a problem. Now I'm going to use remove curse right here. That is going to be a smart thing to put on, and I'll put it on right over here. Um, because you can get cursed quite a bit, especially if you're doing things on um, harder elite difficulties. All right, so and let's see. Yeah, so channels powerful positive energy into target, wipe away afflictions. So that's pretty close to what this does. Um, let's see here. So, but I'll put that there. I've got my spider, and so we've got one more to choose. Unholy blight is also can be a good one, but holy smite's also good. But I'm gonna go with death ward until I get an item that gives me death ward. You're gonna want that, especially against higher level undead creatures. You're gonna want to make sure that that's on. All right, so that does it for this character. All of the skills are in. Let's go get our equipment, and then next video we're going to actually check out and see how well this cleric does. I'll be using the same base dungeon that I've used for the paladin, and then the same for the bard that we're going to be releasing here. Um, and we are going to have a little fun. Please wait. Loading 1 moment, please. We're having technical difficulties. Yeah, so if I want to get, I I don't know what it is, but I still haven't got that Ravenloft one. It's been guess I've been a little lazy about it. So if you can get a good starter weapon, like here, I'm gonna pick longsword because I get a bunch of bonuses with it. All right, so we will. Hi, friend. So, gonna go ahead and equip everything. Hit I, and then we will equip the boots. And you get slightly different equipment per your character. Mm. You get starting spell components. So that much is good. All right, I'll make my weapon set, my first weapon set for this character, and I'm going to throw it on over here. Now, this is a guild founder's helmet. I don't need it. This is the one I got, so I'm using that. Um, so I'm just going to trash them. This one here I'll keep because it gives me water breathing, and I'll put down here. And then I will take this other necklace, right? I'm going to put that necklace here. This is a trinket, so I'll put that where it belongs. And then this right here is a natural armor necklace. I'm not going to really worry about that. So let's get rid of it. And then these boots, striding, and these boots have +10 striding, so they're better. And then I'll save that just in case I need it. I want to dump the old armor that they gave me, and then put everything here. Now this right here is it's a contract, basically a hireling. You can get those in the marketplace. So, all right, so this is this character, and we'll try to get a good look of her here, and she's pretty cool. All right, so let's see what she can do. Just click up in the upper right hand portion of the window. I'll have a link up there, and we'll take you to what you can do as far as being a battle cleric.